Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Civilization 6 Gathering Storm. So I think we've got this war with Wilhelmina pretty well in hand. I don't think she poses any real threat to any of our cities anymore. We're going to kill off this anti-tank crew on our next turn. There's not really anywhere for it to go. It can only run away like toward Vastras, or like it could try to go toward Granada. Is Granada at war with them? Well, it has no suzerain, so no it's not. That actually is safe territory. Okay, maybe they'll head that way. I don't know that they'll, I don't know that it will matter, though. These guys are dead. These guys are out here all by themselves against a vastly superior force. Yeah, I think we're okay. Now, obviously, Cyrus is doing something over here. I'm not exactly sure what. If he intends to declare a surprise war on us, which is, likely given his temperament, even though our relationship with him is massively positive at this point, right? Yeah, very positive. I believe it is the case in Civ that when you declare a surprise war on somebody, all of your units get shifted outside of their borders. So I don't think it will actually help him very much to have moved all this stuff in like this. It's just going to get teleported out. If he attacks us, he has a bombard and he has 3 frigates, which are potentially dangerous to the city. I think we'd be okay, though. Because in order to take our city, realistically what has to happen is he has to bring in enough bombard damage to bring down the walls and destroy the city's health bar. And then once the city's health bar is low, he has to attack it with a land melee unit. And his land melee units are old enough and out of date enough that we shouldn't have any trouble just killing them all so that he can't do the second part of that. If he declares a surprise war on us, it's not great, but I think, yeah, it's survivable. I think we should probably change what we're doing in Uppsala, though. A defensive biplane that can just fly around and shoot at enemy troops is really good for the defense of Uppsala, but it won't be able to defend Vastras, and Uppsala is not in any danger. Has full walls, has nice high combat strength. We should probably be building a military unit that is more relevant to defending Vastras, so basically just like any land unit. We can make one of our Caroleans. These are pretty cheap. Yeah, cheap and fast. Okay, let's do that. We're about to move into the next era, too, right? So we'll enter the next era and then immediately get the 4 era points for building our unique unit. I like that quite a bit. And then we have money coming in very quickly. Let's see if we can maybe turn this situation around diplomatically, though. Because it'd be really great if I didn't have to fight 2 players at the same time. Again, I'm not really too worried about losing. I don't have a lot of respect for the Civ AI as far as warmongering goes. But it would be nice if I didn't have to spend time building units and I could instead be building, wonders and stuff. So let's have a chat with Cyrus of the Persian Empire. First of all, our relationship is remarkably friendly. Would you like a declaration of friendship? It's always looking for trusted friends. When we can be sure you are one, we will be in touch. So yeah, he intends to attack us. He would have accepted the declaration of friendship otherwise, at that level of friendliness. Especially because we have common friends and common enemies. No, that promise doesn't help us. We could try giving him a deal of gold per turn, because I believe gold per turn deals end when war is declared. So we can push our relationship even more positive. And this amount of gold, we're not even going to notice this, right? Kind of curious here. So that's going to give us the big +10 favorable trade deals modifier. Yeah, so he absolutely intends to declare war. And we spent 10 gold to find that out. Because we're not going to pay him anymore after he declares. Actually, he's denounced Wilhelmina. I wonder if we talk him into joining our ongoing war. That's remarkably not expensive. What about the other Casus Belli? He has available on her a formal war. He wants more for a formal war. Territorial war was 14 and something? Okay. Hold on a second. He's changing his mind now. Join my ongoing war. Okay, 14 and 62. That's slightly less than 17 and something. Okay, well, now we have a common enemy in addition to everything else. Is he... So he's at war with Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina's anti-tank troops and stuff are now at war with all of his units. He's not still going to declare war on me, is he? Because that would be suicide. I mean, the Civ 6 AI will absolutely do things that are completely suicidal in exchange for slowing the player down by any amount at all. They have no self-regard. They just hate the player more than everything. So we may still see that happening. That might be a high difficulty thing too. I'm not sure that it behaves like that on all difficulties, but on Deity, I have definitely seen on more than one occasion an AI completely allow their civilization to be destroyed to put their thumb in the eye of the player. All right, other things. Before we hit end turn here, I would love it if we did not also have a war with Dido. Now that we're apparently going to be at war with 2 players. Does that... Is there anything I can do about that? Nope. Wow, all of her agendas are negative for us. That's... okay, well... We have walls around our coastal cities, right? Yeah. We're building a ship. It's going to take 1,000,000 years, but we're building it. Alright, I suppose we'll just have to deal. It's important to be friendly with as many players as possible, get as many alliances going as possible, because the defensive pacts might hold her off. If she declares war on me, she goes back to war with Tomyris, which could be bad for her. Provided they're not already at war? They're not, okay. Alright. Let's see if Cyrus attacks us. I really do think it would be crazy for him to go to war with me right now. Poland has completed development of... Poland declared war on Persia. Okay, yeah, this is... They just... Boy, what a dumb thing to do. Competent ruler, huh? Alright, well... Prepare to lose your navy for no benefit. I apparently understand that spiritual suffering is just as important as easing physical distress. Huh. Weird for me to understand a thing that I disagree with on a fundamental level. I'm not saying that ending spiritual suffering doesn't matter. It totally does. Just not as much as physical distress. So you can see, yeah, his units were forced out of our territory, and then it looks like they got immediately attacked by anti-tank crews. That's just a real stupid play. I guess the AI maybe gets locked into stuff, but there's absolutely no reason for him to have attacked us here. It's just completely suicidal. So, how do we respond? What's the correct response? Well, number one, I think we know what's happening here. There's only one possible target for this city strike, so let's do that. We're going to shoot at some of these incoming naval units with the Hades Death. But before we do that, we should probably move our Great General into buff range. Alright, so I'm going to ignore this anti-tank crew for right now because them being healthy enough to fight Persians is to our benefit. We can almost kill the bombard. We could also start working on the ships. You know what, honestly, maybe it's better for us to work on the ships because it would be really good if we had control of the water here. So let's do some of this. Now we could sail our frigate up here and shoot at that one. And we'd kill it. But then I'd get shot by both of their frigates. I think that might kill me, is my major concern. So how much... these things have 7 movement each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no place I could shoot any of their ships from where I couldn't be shot on the next turn by them. So I guess it doesn't, like, there's no version of this. What I was thinking is, maybe we could attack from below this guy, and it would keep our frigates safe. But it looks like that's probably not the case. Why do they have 7 move? I mean, I'm looking at the numbers here. They should not be able to kill my frigate with two attacks. Killing the enemy frigate should keep us safe, I think. I'd feel a lot more comfortable about that if we could get into a friendly city while doing it. Alright, let's just get over here and do it then. Alright, so we sink you... Oh, this guy has a promotion, which is great. It's a great time for it. And we have a little bit of downtime. Oh, Sick Emperor. You're not really part of this war, but we should probably do the thing here. So, I guess, hold on. Let's move them first, because when we spend their promotion, they'll lose all their movement. Move them 1 tile short of the end of their move range. So civilizations within 10 tiles receive 50% of the tourism from this concert, or you perform better at national parks, or you perform better at seaside resorts. Well, I would be very surprised if any other players had seaside resorts or national parks right now. Let's see, we're going over here. District, Wonder, District. Yeah, like... There are none of these things for us to perform at. So, we'll take Ghost to 11. I don't know that this matters. There's only one player that we're actually interested in putting tourism into, but we can do that. Okay, over here we intend to... Oh, that's right. I was going to harvest this since we're planning to build the theater square here anyway. Is that still right? Yeah, I think so. Oh, it's going to take forever for the city to naturally claim this tile because it's all the way out to the side. I guess we'll just send him north? I don't know what improvements are needed up there, but we can figure it out. This great general has literally no benefit of any kind anymore. Yeah, even retiring doesn't help us, but I suppose you may as well. Oh, and then here we have... Okay, so... I'm not that worried about the military units. The Persian military units. But the fact that he declared war on us means that we are no longer able to run trade routes to him, and his borders are closed to us. So he did slow down the tourism victory in a way that's kind of annoying and also completely impossible to deal with. There's nothing we can do about it. So I guess we'll just run this trade route to this city. Running it across the water would be really dangerous right now. And it's still the case that Dido might declare war on us at any moment. You can see we've already had traders get plundered due to the war. Our trade network is going to go all to hell. This is the worst part of a war, is the fact that it really interferes with your trade. Should Umayya build walls, maybe? Maybe we should just have walls in all these cities over here, just to be sure. Maybe. How close are we to... It's, there's a text somewhere... Steel? It is steel. Okay. Unlocks urban defenses, giving all of your cities an automatic 200 fortification strength and the ability to perform a ranged attack. So, steel would be really good for us. We'll get radio eventually. I'm going to finish steam power because we're almost done with it. It'll give us access to ironclads, which are also pretty good. And then we're going to... Wow. Steel has 5 prerequisites, 4 prerequisites that we don't have yet. This is going to take a while. It's worth having, though. Ugh, I hate all of this having to focus away. So that it's going to take long enough. How many turns are we talking about? 8 turns for steel itself. Although it goes down if we get an ironclad, which we're getting access to. 4, 3, 3, 2... Jesus. Alright. So a lot. A lot of turns. But not that many more turns than building the walls would cost. Like, I think it's not worth building these walls. Here's where I'm going with that. We'll have the walls up for a short enough time before we get steel that we may as well just wait for steel. But we do need housing. Okay, so what are we looking at in terms of purchase price of military units? Because I'm going to need some more units, it looks like. I hate having to spend resources on this crap. So we could buy another frigate if we had 4 more niter. That's probably well worth having. Let's see, it has a ranged attack of 55. Field cannon's actually better. It's a little bit more expensive. We could buy one next turn. But the field cannon can't go out to sea and kill embarked units that are coming in. Yeah, give me this. So I need 4 more niter. That might actually be a problem. Hey, allies. Does anybody have 4 niter for me? And also it has to be relatively cheap because I'm not that high above the buyout cost. Okay, cool. She does in fact have 4 niter. What would it take? Okay. That's, like, pretty reasonable. What if I gave you this cocoa? Cocoa doesn't change the deal at all? Yeah, literally not at all. She must already have cocoa from us. Okay, sure. That is actually a very good deal for us. So Cyrus is at war with a lot of people now. Is there going to be any... No, the ocean on this side is very wide. Probably he's not actually going to have to deal with any military stuff from anybody. I kind of wish we had maintained one of our alliances as a military alliance now. You don't really want a military alliance with a player you're sending trade routes to because it's just a tremendous waste of potential. Somebody else built Big Ben, and that's, you know, it's a shame, but what are you going to do? A lot of notifications here that don't matter. Let's buy ourselves a frigate. So, when you buy a military unit, one of the big downsides of having a harbor in a city that's already on the coast is when you buy a naval unit, it will appear in the harbor instead of in the city center, which is bad because in the harbor it's unprotected, and it will just, in a situation like this, it would be immediately killed by enemy ships, right? Just like our other frigate was, despite the fact that that should not have been the way the math worked out. But if there's already a military unit in the harbor space, it will instead appear in the city center where it is protected by the city center's walls. So it's actually really good for us that there's a musketman here that makes this unit much safer. We'll actually be able to fight back with it. So it would be really cool. What's up? War? Jesus, these things are not useful. Oh no, our frigate was just now. Apparently, I lost sight of our frigate and assumed it had been killed already because I thought I had hit end turn, but it hadn't, and then that exact thing happened anyway. Yeah, so I don't know why our city is being attacked at all by land units when these guys are at war with each other. Really shouldn't be happening. You know, like I said, the AI does stuff that doesn't make sense sometimes just because, like, they will prioritize hurting the player over doing things that are more effective in a lot of cases. Vilnius has declared war on... Okay, oh, all the war declaration sounds we heard were city-states changing hands. Because Cyrus had something like at least 15 of these envoys were unplaced already. Like, Cyrus just had 15 envoys sitting around? Like, this isn't even Amani, because it's 2 different city-states that he did it to. It does feel like the AI gets bonus envoys for declaring war on the player. Because you see this happen a lot. But, like, this thing was somebody else's city-state with, like, 10 envoys or something like that, right? And then Cyrus declares war on me, and all of a sudden he has enough envoys to push it to 18 and also steal another city-state. Yeah, that's, it's just, on higher difficulties, it's not really possible to maintain a large network of friendly city-states because the AI, they just have more envoys than you do. I'm not sure exactly what the mechanics of it are, but they just have a lot of envoys whenever they want to. Send trade routes. I mean, we're not worried about city-state quests right now. Alright, so what are we blowing up? Well, probably it makes the most sense to do damage to incoming siege units. If we could maintain the walls, that would be nice. Yeah, let's kill these units as they're trying to come in here. So you get a kill on you and a promotion. And then is my infantry's not quite going to be able to kill this guy. We can get close, though. Maybe with the bombardment. Nope. Okay, I mean he's low enough health that he's not useful in combat anymore, so that'll do. We can shoot at this frigate as it passes. Probably I don't want to put the builder in the water this turn. I think I'll just skip with him. Our rock band will very, very slowly make his way across the sea over here because we could not afford to cross the sea on this side. I assume he can be killed like any civilian unit. And we got a golden age, surprise. Let's talk about our options here. So, wish you were here. Cities with governors receive plus 50% tourism from World Wonders and double tourism from all national parks. We don't have any national parks, and given the cost of the Naturalist, which is what, like 1,600 faith? Yeah, we're not going to have any national parks, probably. So, cities with governors receive plus 50% tourism from World Wonders. That's a very small amount of tourism, right? Let's see here. This is producing 8 tourism. In case you're wondering why the numbers in the tooltip don't match up with this, the numbers in the big circles are the number of total visiting tourists that this tile has attracted over the course of the entire game. Like, this has only attracted 13 tourists, but it's actually outputting 40 tourism. Let's see, the Wonder itself is only adding 4... The Wonder itself is only adding 4... We're going to finish Broadway, but oh yeah, it only affects the cities with governors. So it's a very small, it's a non-zero but very small amount of tourism. I wonder if we might be better off just sticking with Heartbeat of Steam, honestly. I guess we only have 2 campuses, and one of them doesn't have very good adjacency bonuses. Your traders cannot be plundered. You know what? Honestly, this might be the right one. This unlocks a special Casus Belli, which generates fewer grievances than formal war, but this doesn't matter because we're never going to get to declare war on anybody. Plus 15% production toward military units is fine, except for the fact that we probably will buy almost all of our military units, because we have other important things that can't be bought that we need to build. So I think I might take Reform the Coinage, just get our trade units under control, keep the trade running. And that's giving us tourism as well. So we're at 5 trade units right now. We do need to get that fixed, but we probably have to save gold for the moment for military units until we know that we're clear on the military stuff. Yeah. The next turn we'll have the capital available to build a military unit if we want. This should probably get done. How far are we from our next great people? Oh, we're like right on top of our next great people who are going to create great works. So we do need those slots really badly, actually. All right. Let's see what else happens here. Yep. See the enemy units doing everything in their power to damage my stuff. Don't fight each other or anything. So the citizens of Stockholm have completed our first neighborhood district. The only thing better than living in Stockholm is living in a slightly cleaner place outside of it. Alright, well I have some feelings about that, but we'll just move on here. Alright, we definitely need to change up some stuff. So we don't need public works anymore. Not at this moment. And we don't need professional army anymore. We're definitely going to be buying units, but we're not going to be upgrading units probably anymore. Right, our stuff is all pretty modern now. So what does make sense in this red slot? Extra production toward naval units actually might be a really good idea. We're building a naval unit in one of our cities already, and Västerås will probably want to build military units, or build naval units after we finish this building. I know we were working on the Sydney Opera House, and I'd love to finish it, but there's no version of this where, like, I need control of my coast. if the other players in the game are going to gang up on us, we have to get control of the coast. And then we have an extra purple slot available. We could potentially dump rationalism. I think I would like to keep it for the moment, just until we get our until we get to steel at least, or sorry, until we get to radio at least. But maybe we want to put like their finest hour in here. What else would I do? Oh, we do really want to run satellite broadcasts. Maybe I cut rationalism for that. We could drop colonial taxes instead, I guess. Plus 10% production in most of our empire isn't really all that relevant, because, like, a lot of those cities are not building anything of value. But Vasteras is one of the cities that is affected by colonial taxes. Yeah, we'll cut rationalism. It's a fair amount of science, but it's probably not going to change things too much. We're researching a bunch of cheap techs right now, and we really do want to get this tourism income. When we can cut their finest hour, we'll put rationalism back in, maybe? When fighting in or adjacent to home territory. Yeah, that's gonna help, for sure. Let's see, you want to take a promotion this turn. Let's start by shooting at these guys. We need to swap the infantry into the city or else it's going to die. I kind of want to just shoot. Like, we're going to get attacked, so you can't, while you're waiting for promotion, you can't earn XP anymore. But I think we're almost certainly going to get attacked on this coming turn. Right, like this anti-tank crew. These guys are going to ignore each other and continue fighting me. So I think I'm going to just kill this thing right now. Oh, that was our first buffed by a great general kill with this particular great general. We'll get attacked, and then we'll take the promotion next turn to heal off of the attack, and we'll kill the attackers with our other ranged weapons in the area. And we get ourselves a great musician. I think we have a slot for great music, don't we? Yeah. Johann Sebastian Bach. Yeah, that. I wonder how much of that would play if I just sat there and let it play. Bach's public domain, right? Okay, you are able to get in the water safely. Yeah, I'm a little worried about Dido dogpiling us. Like, I think I said already that I don't have a lot of respect for the Civ 6 AI as a warmonger, but I wonder if Vasteras by itself is going to stand against 3 nations' armies. It's also really frustrating to me that, like, our allies are not helping us at all. I don't know if there's a lot we could do about it, it's just annoying. Alright, let's get another military unit out, I suppose. Definitely gonna be a land unit. It should probably be a good one, too. Like, we could build another Carolean. But it should probably be like a field cannon. We should have more ranged units over there. I'm still very bummed out about the loss of the 4 promotion ranged unit. Like, that would have been really, really good here. Ah, well. Do I want it to be a ranged unit? I'm thinking, like, shooting people is good, but we're going to have naval range. And occupying tiles around the city with units that aren't going to die when attacked is also very good. And remember, units that come out of this city are going to have bonuses from the encampment to level up very quickly. I guess that's more of a motivator toward building a ranged unit. A ranged unit that levels up very quickly is very powerful. Yeah, we'll use Caroleans from Uppsala to stand in the tiles around the city and block it. Reina is established in Orebro. Sorry, Reina. We're probably not going to have a lot of gold to do your thing. I think we're going to have to be buying military units. God, I hope that doesn't last too long. We also do need to get traders going, but, like, man, I don't have time. How expensive is a trader? Maybe we can afford to buy traders. They're $350 each right now. Let's hold the gold for military units. We'll build traders in the city over here and just bounce them around to where they need to go. Sure. I don't really want to give you favor, especially with you not having favor. But I'll do open borders. You want these? Oof, he really doesn't. Okay. We have extra copies of stuff we should trade off, but apparently not to him. He's probably already getting them both from us. Sure, this is fine. We should have open borders with him because it helps with our tourism. Alright. Tech on the way to the techs we're actually trying to build. Gonna get our Carolian next turn. We did get attacked, not as much as I thought we would. Let's keep working on these ships. What's the movement cost of this tile? 2. I should be able to do this and still take my promotion. If we decide we do want to take a Dutch city, like I think suppression's pretty bad here. If we decide we do want to take a Dutch city, we'll be happy to have emplacement. Okay. You could put your other work of music in the newly completed government building over here. You... I guess could just build a farm right there. That increases this tile's food and this tile's food, thanks to all of our civic increases. Mount Scenery has erupted. Hopefully that was bad enough to be a real problem for them. Is that an ironclad? They have an ironclad just sitting in this little bay. This is not useful for them. Alright, I'm not worried about their ships very much. Let's shoot at these land units. Our rock band just needs to keep moving toward the coast. And here we probably do need to make units. I'm way out of niter. Let's have a talk with Jadwiga. She seems to have quite a bit. She must have income. 12. Alright, well I want all of your niter. Ooh, wow, maybe not that bad. Hold on, does she value our cocoa? What in the hell? No, I asked you what you wanted for the cocoa. She's just not willing to... Okay. Does anybody else we know have niter? You have 2 niter. How about some of this stuff? What would you give me for this? You know what? Honestly, that's fine. How about you? You do not have any niter. Would you like some resources? Sure. How about you, other guy who hasn't denounced me recently? You do not have any niter. Would you like some cocoa? Oh. Oh, interesting. What on earth? He must be in a terrible position. Yes, I accept. How are we doing with him? Oh, we're actually very positive. I wonder if we can get another alliance going. Is he, like, at war with our friends and stuff? No, he's not even denounced with anybody. Could we establish an embassy? No, okay. I wonder if he's intending to declare war on me. You know, the more people we can get some kind of assurance out of, the better. Well, maybe we just make an ironclad then. We could make a privateer. What's the difference between a privateer and a frigate is just 5 strength. I guess it's fine. The ability to coastal raid can only be seen by other naval raiders unless adjacent to it. So the naval raider is the promotion class here. You know, honestly, one of these would not be a bad thing to have. And then over here we have, interestingly, no Persian units, although we are ready to fight them if we have to. Yeah, traders. Let's just build some traders. We're going to get Reyna her contractor title, and we will totally make use of it at some point. How much does it cost to buy districts? Okay, it's not that expensive. I would love to do some of that. So we do have enough to just buy a military unit, don't we? If I was going to buy something straight up, I would probably want it to be infantry. which we could do next turn. Just trying to make sure that we can hold the tiles around Vasteras. Because Vasteras is in no danger at all if they can't actually melee attack it. So I think I said earlier that they have to use a land melee unit. That's not true. They could use a melee ship, but I haven't seen any melee ships from them. They seem to really prefer the ranged ships, which I get. I also prefer the ranged ships. So yeah, if we can just block a couple of the tiles around Vasteras with sturdy infantry bodies, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to take advantage of the bombard damage that they're doing. Yeah, next turn we'll buy an infantry. And we're about to finish this Carolean. I might be overdoing it, but I'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared on this, I suppose. Yep, so the city now no longer has fortification and will not be able to do a ranged attack, but we have lots of ranged attackers near the city. Who but Sweden could create the Carolean? And who can possibly resist the fact that it can just completely unhinge its jaw? Look at that, it's terrifying. That's some real body horror stuff going on right there. We have an extra level of visibility on all of the civilizations, and our great works of writing are producing more tourism. Hooray for printing! I'll be honest with you, I forgot that printing had that effect on tourism, or I would have gotten it earlier. So our frigate is available for a promotion, and should probably take it. I know it would be nice to have it shoot at stuff this turn, but we have other units around. Let's blow up their ship. Run our guy out here. I'm a little concerned about all of the anti-tank crews. I'm concerned that if I ran my Carolean out there, I would just get murdered with bazookas, so maybe we want to take it around the backside. Yeah, probably. God, I wish there was road through these tiles. We might have to do that manually. You can eventually build manual roads. Getting great people left and right here. But it requires you to build military engineers, which we have not to this point had access to, although we probably do now. Alright, let's pick up line of battle. Definitely need that, and preparatory fire. Okay. We have a museum. Yeah, we have a museum left in this city, so let's pop you up there. Then Mary Shelley can... Shelley cannot? Oh, the Great General. Yeah, there's already a great person in that tile. You know what? She can just pop over to here and then run. That's fine. Okay, you can get in the water next turn. So, in Uppsala, we could get back to building the Great Zimbabwe, which I do like. But, like I said, I'd rather be a little over-prepared than a little under-prepared here. We could just pop out another Carolean, right? This one won't be as fast. For some reason. Maybe I actually want to get the other trader established. You know what? The other city's going to build the trader so quickly, it's not a concern. Sure, build me another Carolean. Hoping we can get back to the stuff we were actually trying to do soon. Let's buy... we're buying an infantry here. Yeah, okay. At this point, I'm willing to pay a little bit of ransom, and that's a very small amount of money. Oh, I didn't pass the turn without renewing my friendships. Turns out they have infinite vessels. Alright, well, my friends came back to us asking what's up. Hey, how come we're not friends anymore? Let's renew those alliances before I forget again. Okay, yeah, I don't anticipate any problems with it. Everybody who's not currently red with us seems to like us quite a bit. You're also at war with Prussia. You know what? Maybe I should have renewed as a military alliance. I'm not going to bother renewing as a military alliance with her, because actually our cultural alliance is actually very powerful. Each of our districts gain an additional great person point per turn. if you have a trade route from that city to your ally. We should probably be trying to run one trade route to each other empire that has a lot of domestic tourists, and then the rest of our trade routes from different cities in our empire to Poland. That is our ideal set of trade routes. How long until my alliance with you is over? 3 turns? Okay, we'll military alliance with her when we renew. Let's knock out some more enemies. Line of battle is great. I probably just want to keep... Oh, wow. He would totally massacre that guy. But then there's a bunch more anti-tank crews nearby. I'm going to go ahead and run out. I'm going to leave the Great General in the city. I'm going to go ahead and run out and kill this Bombard. I think we should be okay to do that, and I really would like to not be taking cannon fire from the city or on the city every turn. Are Carolians... What era is a Carolian? Carolians are Renaissance era, actually. They're not getting buffed by the Great General, which is a shame. If I were to run out and attack that guy, we'd probably regret it. And Uppsala's not in any danger. Let's just keep the pipeline going. Alright, we are continuing to create great works. We are continuing to improve our tourism from those great works. Yeah, like, while we're distracted and doing stuff that we shouldn't have to do, we are up to 440 tourism per turn and running a rock band out. And probably I should just buy another rock band, right? If I'm not going to bother going for a naturalist. Yeah, we should probably just keep buying rock bands every time we have the faith to do so. Okay, Dido declared war on us as well. Well, that's excellent. No thank you. Out of curiosity, though, do you want this cocoa? Okay, but without that, like... I hate the fact that they just are non-stop with the desire for your great works. Okay, so we have another navy coming in. We have depleted the entire military strength of 2 players at this point with our 1 city and handful of military units. But we're not quite done. So we gotta keep killing stuff. I mean, it's most important to kill these ships. Part of me wants to run the frigate out here and shoot at that guy. I'm a little nervous about the spaces we can't see over here. So Scythia is at war now with... No, Scythia is not at war with Dido. Why not? Something's screwy with the defensive pacts, because Scythia should be at war with Dido. We don't even have the ability to bring her in. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's, like, they're at a truce right now, because they were recently at war or something. We'll keep an eye on that, because we need her to be at war with Dido. Okay, so our Carolian will trivially kill this guy, but then we'll probably get killed by anti-tank crews, and it really doesn't seem like the Dutch and Persian units are fighting at all. They are still at war. In fact, Persia's at war with almost everybody in the world. That's what happens when you go to war with me. I'm very well liked. City-states are continuing to change hands and get sniped. It'd be really cool if some of these would change back to our team, but apparently the people who are playing against us have an infinite number of envoys, so... Yeah, let's just come down here and kill this guy. Despite being heavily outnumbered, our Carillion has won the day. Don't celebrate yet. I think I do just shoot at the incoming cavalry. And we can do a lot of damage to him. Wow, that was way less. That was like half of the damage that was predicted. Wasn't it? That's weird. Okay, new rock band. The Dire Continents, the Atomic Tomatoes. Not bad. That will totally do. And what are you guys? We can earn gold equal to half the tourism generated. They could gain a lot of movement. I mean, Rhodey's doesn't seem great, but none of these are actually going to improve the tourism output. How much tourism? I don't know how much tourism we're talking about here. I guess let's do Popstar. We'll see if that turns out to be a reasonable amount of gold or not. Okay. Like I said, we need at least one trade route running to every player who is high on domestic tourists. Cyrus is probably going to have to be killed. We need to make sure we're running a trade route to Tamiris. She's the next biggest problem. We probably are, though, right? Yeah, we totally have a trade route running to Tamiris. So really, we just want this to run to Rocklaw. Not necessarily Rocklaw, but Poland. Warsaw, probably. But do we want it to run from here? It'd probably be better to have him running from these cities, right? We have stuff that needs to get built. Oh, your outer defenses are not at full health. You know what? They're close enough. Get the trader done. Focus, man. Yeah, start working on the amphitheater. It's gonna be a while. Man, this is annoying. Well, at least we have this frigate getting done relatively quickly now. This might be the next place we have to spend gold. Yeah, the fact that they had to, a third player had to throw in against us is really annoying. Philip is looking awfully friendly. Did he realize that all of his... Yeah, he finally realized that all of his relationship modifiers with us are positive. Alright, so now we got an embassy with you. We know that you are a counter-reformer, which does not bode well for us, and that you are devout, which also does not bode well for us. Yeah. He doesn't seem to actually care about the counter-reformer thing, though. And his other, whatever his other agenda is positive for us. We could try to get an alliance going with him. He's friendly with Jayavarman. He's not actually fighting with Jadwiga anymore. You know? Another person who won't declare war on us would be welcome. That's right, I am blessed by God. I love his animations. Alright, you're a delight. I probably don't want to make a military alliance with you because you're not at war with anybody. A religious alliance with you is just me getting... You know what? Let's not do any kind of alliance. Just yet. Let's let the alliance with Tamiris expire. Renew that as a military, then make our alliance with Philip economic. Alright, well, they're not allowed to have land units. We just can't... We can't with them having land units. Sure. Need to be able to see my stuff here. So Scythia's over here. Man, if Scythia was at war with Dido, it would be so useful. I could purchase a guru. Also, my stuff is getting pillaged. Alright, what is your deal? Can you join my war yet? No. I really need her to be at war with Tamiris. Or, no, she is Tamiris. I really need her to be at war with Dido. Okay, so how are we doing on Great Work slots right now? All but one of them are filled. And you have one charge left, I believe. It should probably show on the Great People how many charges they have. It does on all the other types, I guess. Okay, yeah, it's not okay for them to have land units. If I run my infantry out, he's just gonna die. Yeah, this is a problem. I'm worried about this anti-tank crew. How are you? Are you and Dido friends? Yeah. Don't suppose we could do, like, peace? Nope, not willing to trade that. You're not going to get anything out of this war. You're just making us both fall behind. Well, we can kill this guy, probably, with a combination of the 2 ship attacks, right? Nope. Combination of the 2 ship attacks and then also the Carolean. The Carolean's dead no matter what, so we may as well kill another unit. And then what I really want to do is put this infantry here to prevent people from being able to attack our city on land. The approach from the north is pretty bad, right? It's all cliffs. Yeah, in order to attack us from the north, they'd have to get onto land, like, actually north of Grenada. Or they'd have to come down here and go all the way around. Which you would think they would not be able to do. Or we should stop them somehow. But apparently we just let this guy ride all the way around. So it's really the spaces to the south that we want to block up, but we're going to have to kill this guy or he's going to do some serious work on that field cannon, and it's so close to being really, really good. Actually, kind of a lot of XP. Alright, let's run... We don't have trade from this city to... No, Stockholm is actually the only city that's currently trading with Jadwiga. We want to fix that. Well... I mean, Warsaw is the most sensible place, I think. That'll help a lot. Yeah, I wish I had any idea what we were talking about in terms of tourism output here. We're going to find out, I guess. And you are going to produce, I suppose, another ship? I don't know what else it makes sense to do. We could build an ironclad. Melee ships are always a little... I'm a little nervous about using them. But, like, frigates actually have a melee strength of 45. Ironclads mess up a frigate. Yeah, sure, go for it. And then we have enough military, or we have enough gold to purchase another real military unit, like, next turn if we want to. Kind of curious what's going to happen with my privateer here. They don't actually have a lot of ships. They have a lot of, like, dudes coming across the water, but they don't have a lot of actual naval units. They might have a hard time keeping my ships from attacking them, but that's not necessarily going to solve the problem. Our alliance end next turn? Yeah. Okay, I think we're going to hold, but it has slowed us down an annoying amount. I was going to say, maybe they're not even going to bother killing my Carolean, but there it is. Yeah, I so much don't care what the Khmer Empire is researching right now. Someone has called for a special session of the World Congress. Interesting. Wonder what that's about. Okay, well those guys are almost dead, but they could run out and find a farm to pillage or something, which would be very annoying. We don't have enough move to enter that tile. So, they're running pretty low as a triumvirate on siege damage. They have a lot of ground troops still. We got to get these tiles clear. So my infantry completely trivially kills this guy. Except not. Alright, let's have this infantry kill this guy. I want to soften up this Swedish privateer, but maybe not actually kill it. And here I'm just thinking, like, if we leave that spot open, an anti-tank crew rushes in, probably. But maybe what we want to do here is... Can I move to this tile safely? No, movement costs 3. Oh, I can move it into the city. Yeah, we can shoot at something else incoming. That great general is just going to live there. I'm not too worried about that cavalry. If it attacks the gun, it'll just die. Ah, that's inconvenient. Stupid Polish military units standing in their own territory. How dare they? Don't they know I have important rocking to do? So Uppsala could also use a trade route to Sweden, or to Poland. Actually, where do I want it? Uppsala has some pretty important stuff to build, but that's also true here. We'll run it from there. And then, do I think I'm cool? Could I stop? Because I have other stuff to build. I suppose we could split the difference and just work on Military Academy. This will still be good if we end up building more units, but also it's 3 production. In case we decide not to build more units, we can make other stuff happen. You built all the traders we need, so at this point, yeah, great work storage, pretty much. If we could grab a granary real quick. Curious about this special session. And I have a ton of money. Do I want to buy a military unit? I kind of do. We'd have to wait on this. Okay, each one of my units consumes oil, and we don't actually have a source of oil anymore because somebody stole, with an infinite number of envoys, stole my my ally. So I guess let's make a field cannon instead of a new infantry. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, what are all these? Are these infantry? Yep, they sure are adding to my output. Also, Dido and Wilhelmina are both putting garbage into the air. 65 turns. Hey, that's going to be during the game. Shit. Well, there's nothing that can be done about that. I mean, like, I have no ability to affect the carbon output of other empires, I don't think. Alright, what is this? A military emergency failed. What happened? Like, it's ridiculous that I am not party to this emergency. I'm currently at war with the guy that we're supposed to stand united against. It's just Tamiris, Wilhelmina, and Jayavarman, and Tamiris voted way down. No, that's Cyrus, because I can read lines. Well, yeah, I should probably have been party to that. Do I want to change anything? I don't really think I do. Yeah, I think we kind of need everything we have running right now. Okay. So, we are going to re-friendship. And then make a military alliance, which will give us +5 combat strength against those two. Even more crushing military power. And we're going to get her into a war with Dido just the moment we can. Like right now. What would it take? I'll do it. Yeah, you got it. You drive a hard bargain. Actually, would you like some other stuff too? Can we make this a big deal? Do you want amber? What does that look like? Yeah, okay. I'll do that. Oh, whales. Do you like whales? There we go. That's a good deal. Okay, so now we have +5 combat strength against everybody here. And now we go and try to make an economic alliance with with our new friend here, our weird new friend. Okay. Unfortunately, that alliance comes too late to get him involved in any of our wars, but now he's really unlikely to declare war on us. Also, we got a promotion. So hopefully you're starting to see the value of commando. It would be really nice for their units to have commando here. It would be really a a lot easier for them to surround the city. Abraham and Isaac. This angel comes along and is like, hey, maybe don't murder your son like that. What's wrong with you? Although, to be perfectly honest, God was kind of inconsistent on this topic. Sometimes he was like, hey, don't murder your sons, and other times he was like, you know, maybe you can murder your sons. It's fine. It's fine. I say you can do it. Let's see. We can't actually move into that spot, which is annoying. Gonna keep working these dudes over, keeping people low on purpose. So we could form our 2 infantry into a corps here, but I actually think that it's pretty beneficial for us to have 2 separate units right now. This trade route should definitely run to Warsaw. This guy can, I guess, just sit here and start... Hey, what on earth? Well, I definitely didn't want you to move forward. Yeah, so the problem there is I took a shortcut. I right-clicked on the unit, which usually attacks them if you have a ranged attack, instead of clicking the ranged attack button. We didn't actually have the ability to shoot this guy because these 2 tiles are raised and forested, and so my unit moved forward to attack instead. It was showing me that I could attack because I have the movement to move forward and attack. So there's some chance, due to that, that field cannon just dies, which is horrible. We need to be a little bit careful here because we still are at war with the Dutch. Are we cool on this? Have you realized that you've lost the war yet? Well, I'm not doing that. Should I do that? Actually, it would be convenient to not be at war with her. Especially, she's still at war with Cyrus, right? Because that would probably end... Well, I guess the threat from Cyrus is already over, isn't it? Yeah, never mind. So we just have to be very careful that our rock band doesn't get killed here. Oh, am I at war with Palenque? Who owns Palenque? Yeah, I totally am. Whatever. Too late now, we already moved him. It'd be really cool if some of my allies could have that that infinite envoy thing. So you can maybe get some more city-states on our team. The city's starting to get a little bit low. Okay, that's not too bad. It should not just put all those messages on your screen. There should be like a button over here that you click to make those messages visible. Show me my stuff for the turn. Like, it absolutely should not be the case that stuff just appears, and then after a little while it disappears, and there's nothing you can do to see it again. It's like the worst possible implementation of that thing. Okay, this is not I don't care about this. Don't show me this. Oh, hey, Broadway. Remember how we were building the Great Wide Way? Well, it's finally finished. There's no business like show business. I tell you, it's like no business I know. Okay. Well, you have a ranged attack against that guy. You definitely have to back off. And what we need is for the Carolian to not be standing in the city tile. Because this guy needs to be standing in the city tile. And I think maybe instead of healing, we will just try to do enough damage to get the XP for a level up, because that first level up comes very quickly. Yeah, there we go. That's how we will heal. You're cool here for the turn. Yeah, I think we've got control of this situation pretty well in hand. So you've earned a name. The Mountain Infantry. I mean, that's close to right. The Orphan Ones. It's a little grim. The Terrible Immortals. Probably someday we will die, because we are truly terrible immortals. There's a lot of very low health melee units trying desperately to escape the war. Yeah, let's kill some stuff. Let's stop some things from getting away. Make it clear to these people that they are losing. Oh, I should have taken a promotion there. Despite being heavily outnumbered, our privateer has won the day. An enemy with a superior military formation, really? Well, I guess there's a bunch of... Okay, whatever. Alright, I do believe that this is just about over. Hopefully we can get back to the things that really matter. Like potentially having rock and roll concerts. So, I would love to perform a concert in a district that's going to have a really good yield. Your manager expects to generate 0 tourism from this water tile that I'm currently in. There's a 50% chance these rockers will make this their final gig and retire after playing here. Huh. Is that just every time they perform, they might go away? What I'd really like to do is perform on a wonder, right? The problem here is we have no idea where Cyrus has military units, or naval units. But let's try to get down to the Colosseum and play a show there. He's the only civilization, the only player that we actually care about doing concerts on. So I'm not too upset if we end up not getting any benefit out of the extra tourism out to other nearby civilizations. So, do we at this point want to build that plane? We totally could, right? Well, the plane's an oil unit, I probably shouldn't, huh? Maybe we're cool on military units, though. I think we're cool on military units. Let's do something else. Let's build... Well, we could build a hangar. That's extra production and makes our planes better. Could start running extra amenities out. You know, we actually are starting to have amenity problems again. Yeah, sure. Build a really good zoo. We haven't had a look at this city in a while. I probably don't want to bother building a military unit here. We're at war with Dido, and in theory that could mean that we might see units up here. But I don't think it's worth building walls. I think let's just build some other cool stuff. Maybe a bank, maybe a cathedral. Oh, cathedral's actually pretty interesting for us. Yeah, you know what? Get me a cathedral. You should probably get to work on some great work buildings. So yeah, we're almost full again. Got a while on our next great work people. Got a while on our next great engineer. Yeah, we're not going to get any more great people for a little while. I gotta tell you, Erwin Schrödinger, not an amazing great scientist. Or maybe he is. I guess the only way to know would be to observe him. Why do you still have fresh units to run into this combat? Or into this conflict? Like, how is this... Why do you have infinite units? Okay, the Caroleans attracting the attention of the sea units, which I should have remembered was going to happen. It's not a big deal. Okay, you need a promotion. So, the Naval Raider promotion tree is different from the just Naval Unit promotion tree. Obtain gold from naval victories. Obtain gold from coastal raiding. It ends in Wolfpack either way. I kind of think I like silent running. I wonder, though. I don't exactly know how coastal raids work. Is there a page for this? Is this like I can pillage? Okay. How about Naval Raider, maybe? Really? There's no Cyclopedia page for that promotion class? There should be, shouldn't there? How else are you going to view the trees? Yeah, it just says can do naval raiding. This is not helpful to me. I want to know the mechanics of naval raiding. Naval combat. There's a page for each ship, and that's it. Boy, there need to be better mechanics pages. All the pages for the individual units are cool and everything, but like I need to know how things work sometimes. I guess let's take boarding, because I want homing torpedoes pretty badly. You leveled up 2, we should probably get preparatory fire. We have like a moment of downtime here where it's reasonable to take a bunch of promotions. How close? You're getting really close. We kill them, we take over the tiles to the south of our city, and now I think it would be very difficult for the enemy to take our city. That said, they're given a real actual attempt over here. So we should probably try to knock out, if we can get this guy low enough that the Carolean can kill him, then we'll be able to have the Carolean get to safety by hiding behind the hills while killing an enemy unit, which is just a very efficient play. Let's see, I could move to here. I'm not sure it's worth it. I think actually staying in place and getting the river defense bonus is probably a good idea. There we go. Okay, so our Carolean should now survive, and we've completely shredded the enemy forces over here. Stuff has gotten pillaged and will have to be rebuilt. It's actually extremely awkward to get into the water over here. Okay, not totally trivial to get to the amphitheater, or to the Colosseum. But we're going for it, and I think that's how we're going to end the episode, is playing our first rock show, because I am not going to put all this effort into it and then have to wait until tomorrow. So Vosteras is in a position to stop taking... Aw, they moved another unit in from somewhere. Yeah, Vosteras is in a position to stop taking damage for a second here. Our naval raider got killed. Which means we might actually be able to rebuild the walls. And us rebuilding the walls is like the worst possible thing for them, because it basically sets them back to 0 progress on their war. Oh. A counter-spy feels that his mission is complete. Well, I think he's a little bit mistaken. Also, our ironclad did boost steel, which is nice. Alright, so this would be a good time for you to take a promotion. You can have the city kill this guy. And this unit can just shoot at whoever. Probably this incoming anti-tank crew. Now let's... I did the thing again. Listen, video games are hard. It really should not be the case that right-clicking on an enemy unit ever causes your ranged unit to move. Well, I've created a situation here where it might be beneficial for us to run some infantry forward. No, just move to there, and then move to here. Why on earth was it trying to path around the whole... who knows? Let's move you into a position where you are still buffing the city, but you are also buffing other stuff. Move in here and give this guy a little flanking bonus. So they have some privateers of their own, and some frigates. I mean, let's just ironclad that guy to death. Oh no, it did enough damage to kill! Well, I was hoping to really weaken it and then let the Hades Death get the killing blow. We need that XP. Oh, I can't fire over a mountain. I think you can if you have observation balloons, or you know what, that might only be true for siege units. Siege units can definitely sometimes fire over mountains. Oh, we're going for it. Okay, and then I think we're probably done. We're probably done building military units. We cannot rebuild the walls. If you can rebuild your walls, it'll be down in the projects area. So I guess we can just get back to work on the Opera House? Yeah, seems fine to me. And we got some more envoys. Is it enough envoys to tip any of the city-states back to us? We can't get Fez, we can't get Vilnius, we can't get Palenque. We could get Kumasi, but who cares? It's not very well positioned. Yep, I guess we're just going to hold on to our 4 envoys, because they don't help us at all. Alright, well, this, by the way, represents a huge amount of time and resources put into this war by Wilhelmina. She has cost herself the game, without question. If she was ever in a position to win, she's not anymore. What? Okay. He's probably just going to be at war with us for the rest of the game to prevent us from getting good tourism yields on him. But he's going to have to kill all my rock bands if he wants that to actually work. We have a ton of money. I should probably buy a district, right? I think I want to purchase a harbor first. Because it's going to be a pretty good harbor, and then we can get a lighthouse and a shipyard and stuff. And we aren't so pressed on the theater square buildings because we're making new ones in Norrköping and also in Umeå. So yeah, I think we purchase the harbor first. This is a pretty good harbor. Sailors and stevedores shout and sing shanties all along the bustling wharfs in the harbor of Orebro. Possibly. Still not at all certain I'm pronouncing the names correctly. Yeah, I mean, we're like trivially holding off 3 entire armies. You know, maybe I should actually build those planes. Oh, that's right. I decided not to build the planes because of the oil problem. Building a plane would mean I don't have the oil to maintain any of my oil units, including the plane. We're trying hard to kill our field cannons. They just don't have the damage. And the coastline of Uppsala making the ships almost useless is really good. This has really worked out for us. Uppsala is, almost entirely by accident, the best defended city in the entire world, it seems like. So, how do we want to do this? Because I'd like my cannons and stuff to be able to fight. But also I need to move them back to safety. I guess you just have to come back here and you can't actually attack these guys out there. You can just shoot at ships. I mean, it's still XP. I would love to be able to take a promotion on you instead of attacking. We could just, we could swap spots with these guys. The Great General should probably stay exactly where he is. What actually would probably be a pretty good idea is, do we have enough movement? Yeah, we can go all the way back to here. You roll these guys up to there, and they can participate in combat. Okay, and you can afford to take a moment and grab your promotion. And you can kill either one of these, or just sit in place and be a problem. You don't actually have a functional ranged attack from here. City does, though. Nope, city can't shoot over there either. Well, I guess you're just waiting for a turn, then. The frigate could move... I mean, should move out and attack, right? We should generate XP on as many units as possible each turn. And I think we've taken control of our coast now. I think I might just have these guys sit. Because if we run forward, we're going to get counterattacked by these AT crews. But if we sit back here, I don't know that they have the movement to attack us with all of them. Alright, let's do it. We want to rock. 1,000 tourism from this venue. Okay, so we'll generate, what, 500 gold with that other guy? That's not bad. Yeah, let's do it. Is that guy wearing... Wow, that's a real, like, grunge rock outfit he has on. Creative differences. It was a masterful and heartfelt performance, but for the band, a bittersweet moment. The members are already planning new and separate projects. 3,200 tourism generated. 0 albums sold. Weren't we supposed to have a permanent bonus to albums sold? I don't know how these mechanics work yet. We probably just want an art museum, I think. My dude, J.F. Armin, you can't... It's 1570. You can't be running around with catapults anymore. This is embarrassing. Oh, random city-state unit. Well, take that. That's what you get for being at war with me. Once we have this this frigate and the wars calm down a little bit, we can maybe go and actually clear that barbarian camp. Somebody ought to. Okay, I think we're cool here. Well, I'm a little frustrated with, first of all, this like gang pile, this dog pile that happened here. But secondly, the fact that it's going to slow down our tourism. Mostly I'm upset about the fact that it's going to slow down our tourism output to Cyrus by so much. So he's up to 284 domestic citizens, or domestic tourists. We now actually have a victory timer. Obviously, 192 turns is unacceptable. It's worth noting that Tamiris in second place is only at 166. So, I mean, once we have a little bit better control of our coast and a few more military units, or a few more naval units, maybe we need to go over to... Man, it's a real pain in the ass to get to them, though. Yeah, these naval units have to sail up around here to threaten him. Well, we could take our infantry and our field cannons like over to Norrköping and push through this terrible mountain range. Man, all the terrain over here is so bad. Listen, my point is, Cyrus is gonna pay. Not because I am feeling vengeful, although I am feeling vengeful, but because he has to in order for us to win the game. But I think that is where we're going to leave it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see probably several more turns of us embarrassing all of our enemies in combat. And we'll see you then.